Hello everyone, my name is Rain, and if you couldn't tell from my channel, I'm an acting student at AMDA College and Conservatory for the Performing Arts. That is a mouthful. Anyway, I have a vlog assignment and a couple of my classmates asked for a specific topic, so I decided to buckle and give it to them. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Alterhuman community. Now, it's totally okay if you haven't ran across that term. Most people haven't run across that term, that's why I'm talking about it. So we're going to talk about what Alterhuman means, and then we're going to talk about two of the communities within that umbrella, the plurality community and the other plus community. Now that is a fairly new term. It was coined like last month, so not everyone uses it yet, but I am going to use it because that's how it makes sense to my brain. Now, I'm going to warn you that a lot of these communities have discourse within the community about what counts and what doesn't. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to present what I know, and you can do further research from there, or I can do further videos on it if you guys really ask for it. So, let's get started. Alterhuman people have experiences outside what society considers normal for a human experience. A lot of people like to use that term just for the other plus community, which I will explain in a moment. However, with a term that broad, it makes much more sense to me and to other people that it is an umbrella term that encapsulates everything that's outside of the human societal norm, which includes neurodivergent people, and witches, people who practice witchcraft, as well as the two communities we're talking about, plurality and other plus. That being said, let's move on. Plurality is when a person has multiple beings attached to their body. Now, the reason I say multiple beings is because you can approach plurality in both a psychological and a spiritual manner. Psychologically speaking, it's when your brain makes multiple people, whether that's intentionally or unintentionally, that live in your headspace with you. A headspace meaning the place where all of the alters live. However, spiritually, it's when you invite souls outside of your body to be connected to your body and coexist with you. Another term that I want to introduce to you is the term system. A system is what we call the group of people who live or are attached to the same body. Now, there are many different types of systems, many different origins for systems. However, they can all be categorized into four main origins: traumagenic, endogenic, multigenic, and quagenic. And that basically concludes our introduction to plurality. Now, I'll probably go into more detail about system origins in a different video, but that's a different video. Let's move on to other plus. Like I mentioned earlier, other plus is a fairly new term that a lot of people in the community still replace with alterhuman. However, other plus works a lot like LGBTQ plus. It's an umbrella term that encompasses anyone who identifies with or as another being, creature, species, concept, you name it. Now, there are many things inside the other plus umbrella. These terms include otherkin, factkin, fictionkin, other heart, other link, constellic, and demi-human. Now, that is a lot of terms that we will get to in a different video. What you need to know is that the umbrella of other plus is used by people who don't identify as or with, or who don't fully identify as or with, humanity or themselves. Now, this can happen psychologically or spiritually. Psychologically speaking, people might feel like their traits or personality aligns more with an animal, concept, or object, or they just feel better saying they are that concept or object or species, what have you. Now, they understand that they aren't that thing physically. However, everything aside from physical feels like they are that thing, or being, or person. Spiritually speaking, they feel like their soul is that concept or object or person due to a past life or present life or future life. Or they feel that their soul is in the same family as that species, Other heart is more of a family connection, which is why I keep saying identify with versus identifying as. Both sides of the coin have very different and, within the community, very valid ways of explaining their identity. And each one is very unique. We'll probably get into it in a different video, probably the video where I actually explain the terms within the other plus branch. But for right now, this is all you need to know about other plus. Let's recap. Today we learned what alterhuman was, which is anything outside the human societal standard of normal. We learned what plurality was, which is multiple beings living in the same body, as well as what a system is, what we call the groups of people living in the same body, and what a headmate is, which is an individual that lives in a system. We also figured out what other plus was, which is people who don't strictly identify with or as humans or themselves. And it's a lot of stuff, and we will start exploring more in the next video if you guys want to. Thank you so much for being here. Goodbye.